Hey guys, I was doing this during the day, so we did not get audio while I was doing it, but I am doing 14 mil head studs in 12 valve block. I've had a few people ask about doing this, so this is how I do them. I set it up on my seat and guide machine. I take the intermediate plate out that the head actually sits on and put it directly on the adjustable base so that I can get everything level. And basically I just do the exact same thing I would with a guide. And to get it all straightened up, you can see where I'm putting it into the chuck, and I just have a head bolt that I've cut off, and that's the best way I've found to be able to get them as straight or as in the center as possible. There's other ways, but I find with the castings, the way that they are, they're not always drilled perfectly in the middle of the first little divot they put in. So I find doing it this way is the best for me. It'll zoom in here in a minute or in a second. I just wanted to show back a little bit so you could see exactly what I was doing. And for the most part, this is not a hard process, but there is 26 of them, so you got a bunch of holes to drill. So it's more time consuming than anything. And you can see, like, I pull it out, do one, and you're doing one at a time, and you got to make sure you center everyone. So yeah, so I got it zoomed in here now. Basically, I just bring the drill chuck down, and this thing sits on an air float. So basically I just hold the air float, get the chuck tightened up, and when I get the chuck tightened up, I just let off on the pedal, and that gives me my center. That's the best way I've found to do it. Not that there isn't other ways, because there is other ways to do it. This is just the best way I've found to do it. The quickest method, I guess, so that it doesn't take, 5 hours to do all the holes. It roughly takes me doing it this method, by the time I, fixture and unfixture the seat and guide machine, I find it takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to do it. Which isn't too bad. Some of that, I would say an hour of that is fixturing. So it really doesn't take too long to do, but just one of those things. It is fixture and unfixture to be doing it. So get that drilled out. And then I don't know, show doing the second one, but like I said, it's the same process. So it's really not, it's just to do it over, rinse and repeat. Not too difficult to do for the most part. So we're now on to, I got them all drilled. This is how I do the tapping. Basically, I use the machine to drive it in, and basically use the machine as a drill and tap unit. So you can see where my thumb is pushing, and all I do is I bring it down, usually a couple turns, and then back it up a little, and then just there again, a rinse and repeat, doing 26 times. There again, not a fast process, but I find that doing it this way, you get everything is perfectly straight, and you get a really nice thread out of the deal. Now, I do lube the holes when I do this. Lots of guys say you shouldn't with cast iron. I've found that if you do lube it, that you end up with a little bit nicer, a little more crisp thread out of the deal. So I don't know if it's just the material of the block that makes it that way. I'm not 100% sure what the reason for it is, but I found that that's the nicest way to do it. And doing it on the seat and guide machine makes it definitely way faster than any other process or any other way I've ever seen done. You can buy a plate for doing this as well. I have seen I don't remember who makes it, BHJ maybe, but there is companies that do make them. So you can see where I've just thrown it in. Basically, you can just get that tap, it's a bottoming tap to start in the hole. It's not really there again because of the float table. It makes it life real easy. That is a rapid tap can, but it's actually not rapid tap that I use. It's just a generic cutting fluid, whatever I can get from my local supplier. I've just had that can for 20 years and I continue to use it. I just like the can. So, and just go in, and all I do, putting it into the drill truck like that, I go in, and then if it happens to catch or you hit the bottom or whatever, the tap just slips in the drill chuck and doesn't seem to hurt anything. So that's the way I do it. You can also do it in a quill as well, or in a collet, some people call it. You can do it that way as well. But like I said, not a super hard process, providing, you have a $75,000 seat and guide machine, I suppose. But it's not a big deal to do. most machine shops, engine machine shops, probably able to do it similar way. I don't know if they do, but that's the process. Pretty simple. Hopefully that helps guys out. If you've never done it, there it is. 14 mil head studs. Like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments, and remember, it's not rocket science.